What's up, you guys? It's the BA. Today I'll be breaking down the South African degree for law, that is the Bachelor of Laws, LLB, from first year all the way to attorneyhood. So let's begin. If you're coming straight from high school, your LLB academic journey will be 4 years. That is the 4-year stream. And the entry requirements are as follows. You have your national benchmark tests. So for South African students, your application will not be considered if you don't take these tests. And to get accepted, all your results need to be proficient. Then you have your matric subjects and performance requirements. Now the must-have subjects and percentages are Afrikaans or English at a level 5 or level 6 depending on the varsity. If you do mathematics, it must be at a level 5, and if you do maths lit, it must be at a level 6. So level 6 means between 70 to 79%, and level 5 means between 60 and 69%. The requirements for these 4 subjects, which is maths lit, English and Afrikaans, differ slightly from varsity to varsity, and so I would recommend that you check the requirements for the specific varsity you're interested in, or if you're lazy like me, just make sure that all your language and maths lit marks are level 6s, that is between 70 and 79%. When it comes to overall average of all your subjects, to study LLB you're expected to have an A average. This average is calculated excluding your LO mark. You need an average of 80% or more to be considered to be taken as a student of this degree. It is a really competitive degree to get accepted into. There are considerations made for students who come from less socioeconomically advantaged backgrounds. Even if you come from these backgrounds, do your best to meet the admission requirements just to make sure you make it into the program. If you already have a bachelor's degree in something else that has nothing to do with law, your LLB academic journey will be 3 years. That is the 3-year stream, and you'll join the second-year students. Your entry requirements are as follows. Nothing from matric matters, and you must have obtained an average of 60% in your final year of your degree. This bachelor's degree can be from any South African university. If you've completed a BA Law or a BCom Law degree, your LLB academic journey will be 2 years. That is the 2-year stream, and you will join the 3rd-year students. Your entry requirements are as follows. Nothing from matric matters. You must have obtained an average of 65% in your final year of your BCom Law or BA Law programs. And for this one in particular, you must apply for the LLB degree at the same varsity that you did your BCom or BA Law degrees. So you can't study BA Law or BCom Law at one university and apply for LLB at another university. It must all be at the same university. If you do want to pursue an LLB degree from a different university to the one where you did your BA Law or BCom Law degree, they'll probably accept you into the 3-year stream instead of the 2-year stream. Let's talk about your university journey. So I'm going to briefly touch on the curriculum for all 4 years. Please note it'll slightly vary from varsity to varsity. Take this as a basic summary. Year 1. This covers South African private law system and context, constitutional law, foundations of South African law, law of persons and family, and law of succession. There will also be some non-law related modules like languages and/or some other humanities modules. Year 2 and 3 cover African customary law, community service, corporation law, criminal law, international law, jurisprudence, law of contract, and law of delict. Please forgive me if I'm mispronouncing some of these. From second year onwards, it is advisable for an LLB student to start looking for vacation work, aka VAC work. VAC work is work offered by companies to students in order to give them work experience. VAC work will provide students with insight into life as a lawyer and also allow them to figure out what field of law they want to specialize in the future. And if a company likes you, they are likely to take you on when it's time for your articles or when you're a full-fledged attorney. I will explain what articles are in a moment. Year 4, which is your final year, covers administrative law, civil procedure, commercial transactions law, criminal procedure, labor law, and community service. Additionally, in 4th year, students need to choose something called an elective. An elective is essentially a topic that students will do research on. Examples include advanced property law, women and law, competition law, just to name a few. Unfortunately, completing an LLB degree is not enough to allow you to practice law. You have to do articles of clerkship, aka law articles. So after successful completion of your law degree, you will need to work at a law firm as a candidate attorney under the guidance of a practicing attorney. According to the Attorneys Act, a candidate attorney must successfully complete 2 years of their articles of clerkship while still attending law school part-time. Alternatively, a candidate can do their articles for 1 year and then attend law school full-time for another year. A very important thing to note here is that as soon as you start your articles, you must register your contract with the relevant law society of the province you'll be working in order to be registered as a candidate attorney, so that the time you spend doing your articles is actually counted and will thus be recognized by the court when you apply to be admitted as an attorney. You must take the responsibility of making sure that this gets done. And then there's law school. Like I said, law school could be done part-time during your 2 years of articles or full-time after 1 year of articles. Law school covers practical legal training, aka PLT. PLT covers things like legal skills and preparations for the board examinations, etc. Then there's board examinations. So after your PLT course, you will write your board examinations. These can be written every February and August. In total, you have to pass 4 board examinations, namely estates, bookkeeping, attorney's practice, and court procedures. You can choose when to write each examination as long as you pass all 4. Then there's getting admitted as an attorney. This is the final step, but it is also quite tiresome. Once you have completed your articles and passed all your board examinations, you are entitled to apply to court to get admitted as an attorney. This process requires you to launch an actual High Court application. A notice of motion together with an affidavit has to be issued in court, and an advocate has to be briefed to move the application on the given date. After this point, if all goes well, you will become an attorney and you'll be legally allowed to practice law. Straight from high school, you're looking at a 7-year journey before becoming an attorney. But it's worth it, and let me tell you why. In private practice, that is law firms, here's how much lawyers make in South Africa. Associates with 0 to 2 years of post-qualified experience make up to 740,000 rands per year, which is about 61,000 rand per month. Associates with 3 to 4 years post-qualified experience make up to 900,000 rands per year, which is about 75,000 rand per month. Senior associates with 5 to 6 years of post-qualified experience make up to 1.4 million rands per year, which is about 116,000 rands per month. Partners with 7 to 10 years of post-qualified experience make 1.8 million rands per year, which is about 150,000 rand per month. Directors with more than 10 years of post-qualified experience make over 2 million rands per year, which is about 166,000 rands per month. That's it, you guys. An outline of the LLB degree here in South Africa. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and check out my other videos. Until next time, mischief managed.